Hey everyone, we're here in Columbus, Ohio. We're here for coming down for the Arnold Classic. Unfortunately, as many of you probably know, much of the Arnold was canceled due to concerns about the coronavirus. But fortunately, a lot of the athletes are still here, a lot of people are still competing, and we've got plans to meet up with a bunch of really cool people and a bunch of insanely great athletes, and we're going to bring you along and show you the whole weekend with us.
Sound in there?
Oh yeah.
We're at Pinnacle Performance Gym in Columbus, Ohio. We're here because they're doing a whole bunch of the events were supposed to take place at the Animal Cage at the Arnold that they're now holding here. And we're actually getting ready to watch Joe Sullivan and Andy Wang have a squat off with 700 pounds for reps, which is going to be super exciting. And honestly, they're both super strong. I don't know who's going to win, but we'll find out here in a few minutes. It's going to be great. Wow, everyone, that was so impressive. I mean, Joe ground out 7 reps, and then Andy came back and got 8. And I think, it's a toss-up either way. Both those guys are so strong, but that was like super amazing, and the place was just going nuts, as I'm sure you guys saw. Like, there's so much adrenaline in here. It was super awesome. All right, so now we're gonna head over to JL Holdsworth Gym, the spot, also here in Columbus, Ohio. We're gonna get a workout in there. JL's an old powerlifting friend of mine, actually known him all the way since college. And so we're gonna work out in there. Then later tonight, we're meeting with Rob Kerndt and his husband Joey for dinner. And for those who know Rob, world's strongest gay, the guy's awesome. He's competing at the Arnold this weekend. Can't wait to see how he does, and we can't wait to catch up. Ready? Yeah. Hey! If you actually start competing yet, did you compete today? How'd it go so far?
Okay. Crazy. You got it, right?
Yeah, you put it on me and it like burnt my skin. I was like, after it.
So I went back, I videoed it for him. I went 15 minutes and then sent it back to him.
Get some rest and do.
So we are heading to breakfast to meet up with my good friend JL, a former powerlifter as well as a gym owner. He used to actually train at Westside, won nationals back in his day, and was an outstanding bench presser, and known JL forever. Really good guy, amazing athlete, and a great coach. And we're meeting up with him for breakfast. And before we go over and do the podcast for Matt Vincent right after that. So fun morning, and yeah, it's looking forward to hanging out with these guys and catching up with JL. It's been a few years since I've seen him, and should be a good time. JL's always got some great stories, so I'm sure today will be no different. And let's see, it looks like our restaurant is right here. Supposedly, the 2.5 kids in Perfect Life or whatever,
Understand.
and world champion athlete, but yet I was struggling on a daily basis, but no one knew it. I didn't tell anyone. It was all internalized. I told my first wife when at 23, right before we started dating, and she was supportive a little bit initially, but then that changed, and then I just went back to bearing it down for like another decade. Alright, so now it is actually a little after midnight, and we're finally back at our Airbnb. Today was a great day, very busy, tons of fun, and even though the Arnold Expo was canceled itself and the expo was completely shut down, we still managed to meet up with a bunch of awesome people. So we had breakfast with JL, and then after that we went and did Matt Vincent's podcast. Listen in, I'll talk more about that later and post links when it's available. But I had a great talk with him. Matt's an amazing guy and doing a lot of great things. After that, we rushed over to the expo hall, and even though the expo itself isn't going on, they're still holding most of the athletic competitions, and we wanted to be there to support Rob Kerndt. Rob did an amazing job at the Arnold this weekend. He was in 4th place after the first day, which you're talking like 10 of the top strongmen in the entire world. And so he had an amazing showing, and second day was a little rougher, and he had a couple of really tough events against some really good athletes, and ended up in 6th overall. Still amazing, the 6th place among the best strongmen in the very world. So we're really proud of Rob, and I was really happy to be able to support him and watch him compete. And really, the whole afternoon was really exciting and had a really good time. And after that, then we had a little snafu. We after grabbing some food, we went to see the last strongman event, and this is something, having been at the Arnold countless times, this is something I totally should have remembered and known, but that you have to have, actually, for those who've never been to the Arnold and never gone to the bodybuilding finals or came to see the very last strongman event, what they do is they always incorporate the last strongman event into the bodybuilding finals, and you actually have to have tickets to the bodybuilding finals to get in to see the last strongman event. Well, me not thinking and having been, part of and being a sponsored athlete, and we always had tickets given to us, so I never even thought about the fact that we actually need to purchase tickets to the show this year. And we show up, and tickets were all sold out. So we sat outside in the lobby and watched it on the live stream on our phones. And but the live stream was actually very, for those of you that have seen it or want to see it, look up the live stream. It was very well done, and the video was great. So we watched things finish out like that, then went and got dinner, and had some amazing Italian, and maybe a little bit of ice cream and brownies at the end. But all in all, great night. And like I said, it's after midnight, wrapping up the weekend, and we'll be driving to the airport about 5 a.m. So we're gonna grab a couple hours of sleep, and so just wanted to fill you guys in on the remainder of the weekend. And even though, like I said, the expo was canceled, we did a lot of great stuff, met with a lot of amazing people, got to see some amazing athletes compete, and had a great time. And so thanks for tuning in, guys. And again, if you like what we're doing, like and subscribe. Hope everyone's having a great weekend. Bye.